Hi there, and welcome to Limitless, the space where your big dreams meet grounded energy and mastering manifestation becomes your new normal. I'm Alyssa Simpson, mindset and manifestation coach, your unorthodox free spirit, and now your newfound permission slip to do life your way. Here, we break the rules by ditching societal norms of the hustle and grind. We embrace flow, alignment, and the bold decision to follow what lights you the fuck up. In each episode, I'll be sharing soul downloads, mindset shifts, energetic upgrades, and raw, authentic stories to help you unlock your magnetism, collapse timelines, and create a life that feels as good as it looks. So if you're ready to remember who you are, trust your desires, embody your highest self, and manifest from your authentic power, it's time to sit back, relax, and get ready to become limitless. Hello, welcome to another episode of Limitless. So glad you're here. I think this episode is just going to be a live stream consciousness from my highest self and Zaddy universe to you. So sit back and enjoy. Here we go. Maybe a little bit of life update as well. Okay, so I have been on the journey, on the hunt, on the loose, if you will, trying to find a group of community, like in real life, here where I'm at, in my cute little quaint town that I live in, specifically like a mom group, because all of my friends who are moms, they live quite far away from me. My family who have kids, they live quite far away. So I was like, you know what? I would just really love to have, yeah, like a little community of women who are moms that I could become friends with, and maybe my son when he gets older can enjoy their kids, whatever. So I started hopping into, honestly, probably like a dozen different Facebook groups in my area, all different types, and just kind of creeping. Oh, we got a thumbs up on Google Meet. If you're watching the visual of this, I filmed this on Google Meet. And I just got a thumbs up for what I'm saying. So this is what happens when I talk with my hands, for those of you who are watching this on the YouTube instead of just listening to it. But anyways, I'm gonna try to sit on my hands as they tell the kids to do, but that probably won't last. So I've been creeping on these Facebook groups just to see, like, what's the vibe? Can I really see myself meshing in any of these things? And I don't know. I think it's just gonna it's gonna have to be something that comes organically, because I I get such like an annoyed feeling when I'm in these Facebook mom groups for a few reasons. Number one, y'all know, I've told you this before, like I don't want to be someone who loses themselves in motherhood. Like that is not my bag. I know a lot of women who become moms and that becomes their entire identity. And I love that. I think that's so great, but that's not for me. I want to be able to hang out with other women who are moms and not just talk about motherhood. Like, yeah, sure, we can chat about it, we can have it in common, but I don't want it to be, oh my gosh, my kid did this, or oh my gosh, my kid did that, and oh my gosh, the sleepless nights and the blah blah. Like, cool, like that's really cool, but I don't know, I want to talk about like real life shit. Like I want to talk about you, what you have going on, what are your dreams, what are your goals, what are your desires, what do you think is fun, what new hobbies have you gotten into, you know what I mean? Like I want to hear about all the things outside of just being a mom. And a lot of these Facebook mom groups are so just, I mean, I know that's like the whole point, right? Like it's a group for motherhood, but they even will post like their meetups that they have, or any type of like mommy and me play date things that go on in the community. And I haven't been to one, so I might be prejudging this, but I just can tell from the conversations that I see. And even if women are in there venting, like, oh my gosh, we're having a sleep regression, or oh my gosh, my husband this, and it's just like the comments are, I get it. It's supposed to be there for support and to make these women not feel alone. But I can just tell that it is such a, like, I'm a mom and that's it. That's all there is to me. And I don't want to be immersed in that type of community. So I am currently manifesting my soul mom tribe in my area for people who are like me, who are moms, but that's not like their whole fucking identity. And if it is your whole identity, that's so great. But I often feel that the women who make being a mom their whole identity, whenever their children get older and they're gone, that's when they start really trying to live their life for them. And I've already done that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I've already lived my life for me, and I'm going to be able to continue that whenever my kids are out of the house and living their own lives. I'm not going to be like restarting over, you know what I mean? I will in a sense, like the whole empty nest thing, but I'm not going to be like rediscovering who I am because I already have like such a very strong sense of who I am. And being a mom is just another hat that I wear on top of all the other really cool hats that I get to wear. So, that is what's happening in my world right now. And luckily, I have found a few moms who I knew even before I became a mom, who, whenever I would hang out with them and we would meet up for coffee or we would have like little lunch dates, we would talk about things outside of parenthood. So, like, those are the people that I'm trying to more so spend time with because I'm sure because we already have that in common, they're just going to also have their friends that probably have that in common. And then I'll just be thrown into it organically, like I said, because I don't want it to be this like transactional thing, you know? Um, so yeah, that's what's going on in the world of mamahood and trying to figure out who my people are in real life. And having a sense of community is so fucking important, you guys, because you can really, really start to lose your mind if it is just you. And being so tapped into like social media and the rest of the world and watching other people live their lives and never making time to spend time with your people and turning off your fucking phone and going to the park and having a picnic. Like, what? I know, crazy concept, but you should probably try it. And trust me when I say, if my girlfriends lived 20 minutes from me, that would be a weekly thing that we would do. I promise you that. Hi there. I am interrupting this episode to give you a little bit of details on my membership. If you haven't already heard, it's the place to be. My Magnetic Movement membership is an online community that I created out of the desire and the passion to help women become their most magnetic and abundant selves. This membership is unlike any other membership that you've probably seen or even been a part of because not only do we have every single training and teaching that I've ever done all in one beautiful place, but there's also so much interaction in there that it recently got called the way that old social media felt. What a beautiful compliment to have. Is I literally had someone in the membership tell me that it felt like old school MySpace, Facebook days, where you could just post pictures of you and your friends, catch up with one another, share cute things, but also there's the element of learning and becoming inside of it. There are so many women who are just like you, who are wanting to be magnetic and abundant as fuck. And so this is why I created the Magnetic Movement membership. It is only $111 per month. Not only do you have access to all of the trainings, the incredible community, but I drop challenges in there each month, each quarter, each week, where I really have extra things on top of what's already inside of there to help you become your most magnetic and abundant self. So if you are ready to step into the version of you who has it all, does it all, and is it all, the membership is for you. What are you waiting for? Check out the link below to get all the details of how you can join today. Do you understand how important it is to have self-discipline when we're talking about mastering manifestation? I have always known this, and I really got to see it firsthand whenever I stopped drinking alcohol, which, by the way, I am 2 years sober from the alcohol, and I feel fucking great. And I honestly, I tell you all the time, like, whenever I'm 70 years old, I will be drinking Tito's again. I will be drinking Michelob Ultra again. Fuck it. Like, I just want, like, these next few decades to really be healthy and focus on my longevity. But once I'm 70, dude, how old will my son be when I'm 70? I cannot do math in my head. So hold on, I gotta pull my phone out. I went to public school, y'all, so can't do math in my head. He'll be almost 40, okay? He'll be fine with his mother drinking and smoking again. And it's funny, I was actually talking to my practitioner a few weeks ago, and she feels the same way. She's like, whenever I get to a certain age, I'm smoking again. Like, she's like, I'm gonna even grow my own tobacco and I'm smoking again. And I was like, dude, same. And she said that a person asked her, like, do you have any vices? And she was like, I do, I just can't do them right now. And I relate so hard to that. Oh yeah, I have vices, cigarettes and alcohol. But do I do them right now? No. Because I'm focused on longevity. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you what, there, since becoming a mom, whenever my son is like screaming in my face because he's just so tired and wants to go down for a nap, but like doesn't understand that if you just close your eyes, you'll be able to go to sleep, you know? We have to do all these things to actually fall asleep. Man, I tell you what, nothing sounds better than going outside and smoking, taking a long drag off of a menthol cigarette. Just one long drag. Ugh, fucking nirvana right there. But the self discipline that is needed in order to become a master manifester is huge. I have a few clients of mine who they're really good at coming up with these, I don't even want to call them rituals or routines, but just like identity shifts, right? Like if you are going to be someone who is a millionaire, what does that version of you do every day? What are they making non-negotiable? Because I guarantee you it's not the way you're living now, because if that were true, then you would already be rolling in millions. You know what I mean? So you've got to shift your identity, and that starts with having strong fucking discipline. And when you cannot keep your word to yourself, guess who pays attention the most? Your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the direct communicator to Zaddy universe. When you cannot keep your word to yourself, simply as like, I'm going to get up tomorrow when my alarm goes off, and then you hit snooze for an hour, and then you finally get up. Your subconscious mind knows that you're doing that. And whenever you tell yourself, you practice your affirmations of like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a money magnet, I'm abundant, your subconscious is like, yeah, right, bitch, you don't do anything you say you're going to do, so why is this any different? Doing the things that you say you're going to do is the action piece that is so overlooked. It's all of these like, how can I hack my way to $1 million? How can I hack my way into finding the love of my life? How can I hack my way into having a successful business? And there is no fucking hack. And if you successfully hack it, then guess what? It's not sustainable. That's when you see these people who blow up and make all this money and attract all this abundance, and then it's gone in a very short amount of time. They don't know how to regulate their nervous system and to become the version of themselves that they need to be in order to continue to keep all of the things that they are receiving. And I'm not talking about white knuckling, I'm talking about creating a continuous flow, right? Where it's not this feast and famine, this fight or flight with the dance that you're doing with your abundance. It's a consistent, constant flow that's happening because you've changed who you are. You've altered your identity. You've really perfected your ecosystem. That is the whole point. So when you have these big goals, right? And I'm going to compare this to New Year's Eve. Everyone always likes to come out of the gate New Year's Eve with these really big, lavish goals. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to meet the love of my life. This is the year that I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to stop eating junk food. And they go and they do all these crazy fucking things. Here's what I'm saying. They do these things in order to achieve that New Year's resolution, but then they fizzle out by like January 28th. That's not a coincidence. It's because they haven't become the version of themselves who is what they're trying to achieve. And this is not some like hard concept. But the reason it feels like a hard concept is because number one, self-discipline is a huge piece, is a huge piece, is a huge piece. And number two, when you decide to become the version of you who holds space for the things that it is that you desire, it's uncomfortable because you're going to have to look at the pieces of you that you aren't so fucking fond of. You're going to have to look at the pieces of you that have some trauma and some wounds around them. You're going to have to look at the pieces of you that you have tried to bury and get rid of and forget. Okay? It's an entire holistic approach to becoming a master manifester. Sure, you can do your affirmations. Sure, you can journal every day. Sure, you can have this 90-step ritual on the full moon. I don't fucking care, but all of those things are not going to get you to where you need to be. This is why I don't call myself just a manifestation coach. It's mindset and manifestation, because the mindset piece, the healing, the rewiring of limiting beliefs, the neuroscience that goes into becoming a master manifester has got to be done. It's such a crucial piece, and it's a lot of identity. It's a lot of shedding old versions of you and shedding the version of you who got you to where you are now, but simply cannot be on the journey with you to where you desire to be. And I've told you this before, and I'm going to tell you again, especially for those of you who are new here. Hi, Hi, I'm so glad you're here. But it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. You're going to have a lot more tougher conversations before you don't have to have them anymore. You're going to feel like your world literally got fucking fire set to it, and that's okay. That's kind of the point. The point is to get rid of all the things that no longer serve you, number one, and number two, cannot go on the journey with you any further than how they've already come. But it's not as simple as deciding I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to have new routines and new things in place and blah, 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 blah. That's great. But what I really always encourage my clients to do is to sit with that version of them that they are shedding and show that version of them so much gratitude, because that version of you has protected you, has overcome some shit, has become this version of you now to where you can be the next version of you. Like this version of you that you are getting rid of is such an important piece to who you are and your identity. And you can't shit on them. You can't think negatively of them. You can't pretend like that never happened. You have to think that version of you. And this is coming from someone who I'm not super proud of past versions of me, but I love them and I thank them for existing because I would not be here today without those versions of me. Those versions of me are fucking strong, are resilient, are able to make tough decisions, and are able to always bounce back 10 times quicker and 10 times better and 10 times more efficient. It is so easy to focus on the shit, to focus on the bad. But that's only because it is so few and far between that the bad actually happens. So our brain is like, oh my gosh, this bad thing happened, and we can't stop thinking about it and looking at it and focusing on it because we're not normally seeing these bad things. But you sit there and you spiral and you make this one instance become everything. And that's not true. That's not true. It's so easy to be like, oh my God, I overslept today. So now my whole day is going to be like shit. Well, that sucks. That sucks that you're letting a 5 minute ordeal ruin your entire day, because someone would be so fucking grateful to wake up in the bed that you woke up in, to live in the house that you live in, to have the job that you have, to have the relationship that you have, to have the clothes that you have, to have the opportunity to drink hot coffee. You know, it's all about perspective shifting. And for me, I do a really good job of shifting my perspective. I do a really good job at it. And I'm very good at helping my clients with it too. So many times my clients are like, oh my God, I need that perspective shift. You're right. It really isn't that shitty. Thank you for telling me that, because it's true. It's so true. I just really think to my core that the missing piece that you are having with manifestation is shifting who you're being. The manifestation formula is be plus do equals have. And the doing part is very fucking easy whenever you have mastered the being part. I am someone who prioritizes health, and I prioritize my health for a long fucking time. I've done things in the name of health since I was like 17 years old, except giving up smoking and drinking. I did everything else because I was like, I'm not letting go of those things. I enjoy those things. I'm not going to let them go. I will spend all the money in the world. I will do all the tests in the world. I will try to hack my way into health, but I'm not giving up those two things. So I really wasn't allowing myself to be a healthy version of myself because I was white knuckling cigarettes and alcohol. And then guess what? When I gave them up, not only did my health drastically fucking improve, but I was able to be the version of myself who prioritizes health. So many beautiful things happened to me because I started identifying as someone who no longer smokes and drinks. Whenever I decided to become a coach, I changed my identity from being a service provider to being a leader in something that I'm very well versed and knowledgeable about. Very different things. I had to become that person. I didn't have to get a new fucking certificate. I didn't have to go back to fucking college. I didn't have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn how to coach because it's naturally who I am. I just had to start identifying as that version of me that already existed in me. I just had to start acting like her and showing up as her and doing things that she would do. When I decided I wanted to become a mom, I had to make that identity shift as to someone who was going to be a mother, right? And the doing part came naturally. I didn't have to think, well, what should I do? I didn't have to think about that because it was already an obvious answer because I was being that version of me. Me again. I'm popping in to let you know how you can access a free subliminal recording that I have created from my entity delivered to you. It is free and it is yours. All you have to do is stop what you're doing, leave a review on this podcast episode so that other people can find this space. Screenshot the review that you have sent and email it to me at alyssasimpsonx@gmail.com, and I will deliver you your free subliminal recording. Stop what you're doing, leave a review, screenshot, email me. You will have the recording in your inbox. And I actually thought about this yesterday. So yesterday, my son and I went to do our grocery weekly pickup that we do. And on the way home, I always drive us down the back roads because y'all know I love my back roads, and I'm instilling in him at a young age. Even if he's crying in the back seat, I'm like, you're gonna appreciate this. You're gonna love it, I promise. Get our cute little drink and we're gonna go driving. So we were driving back roads and I had this like aha moment. So y'all know I used to be a manager for a multi-billion-dollar restaurant company. And with being a manager of that company, I had to hire employees. Like I hired our service team, I helped hire our kitchen staff, I would help hire bussers and to-go specialists and bartenders and all the things. And I was thinking about, how people get so hell-bent on what qualifies them to do or be something, right? And I was like, nothing really qualified me to be a manager. I interviewed for the position, and the person who interviewed me was like, you're going to be a great manager, right? I didn't have any like certificates that I brought with me to my interview. I just showed up as myself and answered the questions that were asked. And I embodied the version of me who knew in my core that I could manage a multi-billion-dollar company at 21 years old, might I add. And that's how I got the job. It wasn't because I was qualified. It's because I did the identity shift into I want to become a manager for this company. How can I show up as that version of myself? Because I know it's in there. And anytime I would hire people, sure, it bode well if they had had restaurant experience. But there were so many people that I hired that didn't have restaurant experience, but I liked their energy and their personality. I'd never look at their qualifications because there were also people that I would interview who had years of restaurant experience, but I was like, you feel like you're going to be a fucking headache to work with. I get this vibe from you that you are probably not the best employee, not because of qualifications or not, but because of your energy and who you are. So if you have a desire to build something, to start something, and you're like, I need to be qualified, no, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. That's a man made ass idea. That's a man made law. And I guarantee you, in our lifetime, especially in my son's lifetime, qualifications aren't going to be a thing. Like, you're not going to need to be qualified to do something. Sure, okay, you're going to be a surgeon, you should probably know the human anatomy. That's a qualification. You're going to be a plumber, you should probably understand the basic 101 of plumbing. Sure, that's a qualification. But I'm talking about like business building, dream building, having an idea and popping it into the real world. Like that type of thing doesn't need a qualification. Do you think, oh, speaking of, fucking my boy Elon, he didn't have a, oh my God, I always forget what this is called. Aerospace, aero engineer, some type of rocket engineer thing. He doesn't have that. Whatever it's called, you're probably screaming it like it's called this, Alyssa. It's on the tip of my little tongue. Um Aerodynamic space. I don't fucking know. Aero whatever. I'm gonna stop trying to think of it, but you know what I'm trying to say. He didn't go to school for that. He doesn't have a degree in it. Not quote unquote qualified for it. And he fucking built SpaceX. What the hell? Created electric cars. What the hell? Not qualified technically on paper, but he had this idea, he had this vision, and he fucking created it. Hello. What more do I need to say? And I want y'all to know that I call him my boy Elon because, like I told you, I think he's a little weirdo, but I don't know. There's something about him that's so interesting to me. So I'm gonna talk about him a lot here, okay? Just like my boy Adam Sandler, if you don't know, he is who I think of when I think about like the most confident person in the world. He's who I like to channel when I think that I just don't feel confident. I'm like, what would my boy Adam do though? He would go out and do the damn thing and say, you know what, I don't need anyone's fucking approval. I'm great the way I am. And I even, God, I wish I knew what this was, but he I watched an interview with him. Oh, it was on the Joe Rogan podcast. This is like quite a few episodes ago. So you'd probably have to search like Joe Rogan, Adam Sandler. But he talks about how he was so just big, airheaded, not airheaded, like when your ego is huge, like a giant head. He had a big head about just himself and his comedy whenever he was starting out. And he was like, when people would ask me how my set went and they weren't there, he's like, I tell them that it went great, even though I bombed. And it's like, that is such a crucial piece too. You're not like you're lying, but it's like, if you believe that you did great, regardless if the crowd loved you or not, like you still did great. You put your outfit on, you had your jokes, you went up on stage, you did the damn thing, you got booed, you got hackled, you went off, and you're like, I'm still going to keep back and doing this again. Like that is the type of confidence that you need when we're talking about mastering manifestation too, you know? Okay, that is all I have for you. I need to go and make myself a coffee and enjoy the rest of my beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye! I'm so grateful that you tuned in today. If this episode activated something in you, share it with a bestie who's also ready to become limitless. And don't forget to leave a review to help more people find this space. Wanting more? Get on my email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel for exclusive downloads, mindset shifts, and behind-the-scenes magic that I only share there. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep trusting the pull, honoring your energy, and manifesting your most abundant life.